So, congratulations, you're getting married. How do you tell the world?
My darling, I love you, 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 I
You've got the ring. Excuse the nails. It's COVID. I can't get to the nail bar. You've got the ring. The first thing most people do is they do a super cute social media post of them being engaged. Get a cute photo of the two of you together. Like quite often people do like a little cute kiss with like a ring picture like this, like kissing in the background. I've seen other pictures where they'll get like, you know, a picture of their dog or their kid or something with like a little sign saying mommy and daddy are getting married. There's lots of like cute ways to do your sort of social media announcement should you wish to do that. Some people don't, but let's be honest, 21st century, pretty much everyone does. That's the first thing. Then the second thing that I always get asked is, how do you do save the dates? When's the appropriate time? Do you send save the dates to evening guests? Like, do they then expect an invite to the day? Like, what's the best way to organize this? And at what point do you then send invitations? So once you've come out of cloud nine and you've settled and you've managed to find your venue and get everything worked out, you really need to look at your guest list. I'm a bit blunt about this. You've got an A, B, and C list, and that's just the way it is. Your A list is they have to be at the wedding. Like, you are not getting married without these people. Your B list is people that should probably be at the day, but if you needed to push them to the evening, wouldn't be the end of the world. And your C list is they could be invited to the evening only, and you know, they also could not. So that often includes like colleagues at work that maybe you're quite good friends with, but not like best friends with, or, you know, parents' friends that you kind of know, but don't really know that potentially could come if you had the space for numbers, etc. Once you've got your A list worked out, that for me is your save the date list. So those are the people that you want to send a save the date. You could send them a WhatsApp message with a really cute photo. You could hire a professional to do like a little sketch for you, or a professional stationer to design the save the dates for you. Or you could just buy them from somewhere like Hobbycraft, etc. What did we do? We did a Polaroid picture. So I had a really cute photograph of the two of us, and we uploaded it onto Photobox, and then you can put like a little written caption. So I did save the date and then put 19th of May 2018. So I think I had then got like cute little envelopes, and I posted that to a number of people. Recently, we received one that was a magnet, which is great because then it goes on your fridge and then you just don't forget because you always look at your fridge. That's where I put all my save the dates. Like if I ever get save the date or a wedding invitation, it stays on my fridge so that every day I look at it and I know that that wedding's coming. There's so many fun things you can do. You can get inspiration from Pinterest or Etsy. Like there's really some great things you can do. Good, you've done your save the dates. You can pretty much do the save the dates the second you book the venue. Like it doesn't matter if your wedding is 3 years later, who cares? Get those save the dates done. Like the venue is booked, get it done before anyone else decides to have their wedding on the same day. Because that actually helps other couples that are engaged, particularly if you have engaged friends. Like you want to be the first one to tell them, this is the date I've booked. Because if they also book the same date, bride wars is like next level. Next, you want to think about the invitations. Traditionally, invitations would go out like around about 6 months before the wedding. Some people like to do it a year. Some people leave it till 3 months. I think like 6 to 8 months is quite good because you want to keep it quite fresh in people's minds. I'd like to think that no one would forget about your wedding, but you know, it's possible. In invitations, you want to send all the information about the times of the wedding. You want to send information about how to get to the location, what the local taxi company's numbers are, if there's any local accommodation. A cute thing that a lot of people do is they say, suggest a song for us. And then that means your guests get to suggest a song that you can then forward to your DJ or your band. Always make sure you give them a way to reply and respond. You don't ever want to find yourself in a situation where you've sent out all your invitations and you forgot to tell them how to reply and how to respond to those invitations. And then just keep like a little spreadsheet of everybody's names, the fact that it's been posted, what replies you've had back, what their dietary requirements are, if there's anything that they've suggested that they need. And then that spreadsheet you can then just send to your venue once you've got all the information. I actually also put an email address in. So I was like, you can either send this back to me by post, or you can just email. And I set up a wedding email address, and it was like Sam and Gary and are getting married at gmail.com or something like that. It was cute to receive the posted things. I'm not going to lie, I loved it. It was really nice to receive them, and I actually saved them. But a lot of people did reply out of speed on email. And getting those replies for your wedding invitations is tough. It's hard. Like, you kind of sit there like every day, like, are you going to reply? Are you going to reply? Don't be offended if people don't reply. Like, you actually have to chase people up. It's just, I don't know why. It's just the way it goes. Actually seen some quite funny things where people have like sent out a message saying, hey, you didn't reply, so I'm assuming you're not coming to my wedding. If you do turn up at my wedding, please bring a packed lunch because I haven't paid for your meal. But I hope it doesn't come to that for you. Also important to include in the invitations is what you want to do about your gift registry. Now, it's quite a controversial subject, get the word up. Basically, I'm all about you do you. If you've been together for like 10 years and you have everything you need and actually all you want is money for your honeymoon, well, just tell them, all I want is money for my honeymoon, but if you really want to go and pick a gift for us, awesome. That's on you. You go pick it. We'll take it. We'll love it. It will be amazing, but that's up to you. I did that for my wedding, and I actually got a mix of both. I got some incredible gifts, including a piece of marble that is from the place where the Declaration of Independence was signed in America. And it currently sits in my kitchen with my kettle on it. And I think it's pretty cool. This place is haunted. Something is flying around the office. Woo! We'll be doing like the X-Files next. Moving on. The other option that you have, if you do want a gift registry and you've recently moved and actually you love opening presents and you're not really that into the cash because you've got your honeymoon covered and everything's paid for, then it would be amazing to go onto, John Lewis does it. There's like specific companies. I think there's like a Wish company where you can, just list out all the things that you want, and then they will put that in a registry. You can send it to the guests and they can pick what they want to pay for. The other thing that I saw that I thought was amazing is if you do have your honeymoon nailed, there are websites available where you can pick experiences that go to your honeymoon. So I think basically the idea is that it's a way of people giving you money for your honeymoon, but it's a bit more of a polite way, because you say like, we are going to, this place in America, and while we're there, we're going to do white water rafting. We're going to go and swim with dolphins. We're going to go on a jet ski somewhere, like whatever it is. And then people can go, oh, well, that costs £200, so I'll pay for that. Or that's cost like $3,000, so we'll put in, £50 towards that, or whatever it is. So then they feel like they're actually contributing towards a specific thing that you're going to go and do on your honeymoon. The only thing is I feel like if I did that, I would then be like, afterwards to the couple, I'd be like, how did you love jet skiing? And if they were like, yeah, we didn't go, I'd be a bit like, oh, like, I think I paid, well, okay, fine. If you are doing that, like, actually pick things that you intend to do, because I think people would want to see photos and hear about your experience. Like, don't just pick a random load of things and then use that money to pay for the flights. I guess the next thing is then the evening invitations. I sent evening invitations separately, and it was very clear, like, this is your evening invitation. I actually did Facebook groups, and so I set up like a little Facebook group for the day guests and a little Facebook group for the evening guests. The thing that I thought was quite nice about that is people could see then who was going, make sure they're private events. Can you imagine? Oh my gosh. And it was quite funny, because actually what started to happen was guests started to like post pictures of like, oh, this is the outfit I'm wearing. What's everyone else doing? And what hat are you wearing? And, we're going to go at this time, and we're going to get this taxi. Does anyone want a car share? So it was quite good, because it sort of created the buzz before the wedding. And then also it gave a place as well afterwards where people could put some pictures if they wanted to, so we also got access to pictures. The other thing we had was a hashtag. So my husband's called Gary, and his nickname is Gaz, and my last name is Wordy. Our hashtag was Gaz Got the Word, which I thought was quite funny. So we had that like in the invitation, and then we had it like signs up all around the venue saying hashtag Gaz got the word. Like now, still today, I can go in and put that in on Instagram and like see all the pictures from my wedding that my friends posted, which is actually really quite fun thing to do. In terms of how to actually make your invitations, there's no wrong or right way to do it. You can either go to a stationer and have your stationer put everything together beautifully and professionally for you. Some people do drawings of your venue. Some people use photos of you. There's loads of different kinds of invitations that stationers do. They're amazing. Alternatively, you could use a template like off of Etsy. They have templates you can download that they actually come with a program. So you're then able to edit it through the program that Etsy provides for you. So you can change all the details, but it stays in the layout and font that you've chosen. You can also do that with Etsy for your big table plan, and a stationer will also make your big table plan. And then there are the amazing creative people that DIY their invitations and they make the invitations themselves. Keep a set for yourself. I have like a little box with all different bits from my wedding, and I kept a save the date and a set of the invitations just so I have a cute little memory of what I sent out. And I think that's a really nice thing to do. Right, your C list and your B list. Things that you need to know about the C list and the B list. If somebody drops off of list A and suddenly says like 3 weeks before the wedding, I can't come, you upgrade someone from your B list to your A list. It's totally acceptable. Everybody on the B list is secretly hoping that they're going to get upgraded. So just pick the one you want and that will fit best on that table and upgrade them. Once you've submitted everything to the wedding venue, it's very hard to then change the name. So it is sometimes happens that like someone pulls out the day before your wedding. Yes, I know it's horrifying, but it happens. I've seen whole tables go down the day before a wedding and they've all had to pull out because of whatever reason. So it's quite good to then have the B list ready to go. And it's like, you just say to them, look, you're upgraded to the A list. Yay! By the way, on the table plan, your name is Bill Gates. I'm really sorry, but you know, whatever. Like literally people don't care. They're just happy to be able to come and sit down. They don't care that the table place name is wrong. They don't care that the board is wrong. They're just excited to have been there for the day. So it's totally acceptable. Like don't leave an empty table. Upgrade your B list if you can. The C list, no, at that point it's too late. Like if you haven't invited the C list, it's a bit awkward to say to them the day before, oh, by the way, I've had someone drop out. If you want to pop to the evening, you can. It kind of depends on the person. I guess you'll know, like, is that person spontaneous enough to be like, yeah, let's go? Or do they have to have lots of notice to hire babysitters, etc.? But ideally, really, with the C list, you want to be letting them know about a month before that they're coming to the wedding. The other thing I highly, highly, highly recommend to do is leave about 5 spaces on the B list for that really awkward moment where you suddenly find yourself in a situation at a party where you're standing with like 4 people you've invited to the wedding and a 5th person, and you want to die because one person brings up your wedding and then everybody starts talking about it, and that 5th person is standing there like, oh, I'm not invited. At which point you can casually be like to the 5th person, like, oh, I haven't actually sent my evening invites, but don't worry, you're totally on the list. And then you just need to make a mental note to run home and get them an evening invite sent. It's happened to me. It's happened to many people where there's someone it kind of slipped your mind and then you need a get out of jail free card. That's your 5 spare spots on your B list. I think that pretty much covers everything. Cheesy smile at the end.